Climate Prediction Center has been telling us that this El Nino weather pattern is going to happen this winter for the past few months.
And as Russ Thomas reports, it appears it's panning out exactly like that.
In a nutshell, El Nino winters typically lead to slightly drier and warmer weather conditions for western Montana. The months that are most impacted are December through April. As we head into the second week of January, El Nino is taking time to develop.
It's still developing in the Pacific, and the connections between the Pacific and our weather patterns have been a bit slow to develop. We still do anticipate a weak El Nino, and we're still anticipating it to be a little bit drier than normal.
The slow development has been a positive for the mountains. The El Nino pattern pushes the polar jet stream farther northward than we typically see. However, Pacific storm systems have been the norm over the last 2 months, dumping a good amount of snow in the higher elevations. This is good news for skiers, snowboarders, and the overall base for good runoff this spring.
It's actually been a really good winter for us. We're sitting really near normal, about 97% of normal in the Bitterroot, and as you work your way towards the Canadian border, we're about 87 to 95% of normal.
Dickerson adds that even though the inevitability of the full effects of the global weather pattern are yet to come, it isn't all gloom and doom.
I think El Nino gets a little bit of a bad name, that it is going to be bad for our skiing, it's going to be bad for our recreating, it's going to be bad for our rivers, it's going to be bad for our summer. And that's not always the case.
The later El Nino goes into the spring and early summer, the less of an overall impact it has on our weather pattern, which means we could very well have plenty of mountain snow that will be needed when warm late spring temperatures arrive. In Missoula, Russ Thomas, MTN News.
In previous El Nino years, the Northwest Mountain snowpack has run about 20% below normal.